talk about my brand new online garment sewing course. So this time around, we are going to be making the top that I'm wearing here. The pattern we'll be using is called the Jalie Gisele pattern. And remember, if you're new around here, I do this a lot, multiple times a year. When we are making our garment sewing projects in my video courses, we use the Jalie patterns for a lot of different reasons, but one of them is that the size chart in the pattern itself includes the sizes from a US child size 2, so like a toddler 2T, all the way up to a US woman size 24. So if you don't like to make clothes for yourself, I actually still have a lot of students that sign up for my garment sewing classes and they don't make any clothes for themselves. They make it for their grandkids, their daughters, whatever it may be. So that is definitely an option because the pattern we use covers 28 different sizes. All right, so let's take a moment now that technology seems to be on our side and everything is going well. I hope that y'all can see me and hear me. And I'm checking the chat here to see who's tuning in. Hi, Sheila, tuning in from West Virginia. Joan from Ontario, Canada is in the house. We got Len from Bakersfield, California. And I am coming to y'all from my home sewing studio here in North Central Florida, where it is still raining and has been raining for the past 2 months. Hurricane season. That did not stop my kids from getting into the brand new pool that we installed. We just got an above ground pool recently, and so the kids were in there today. I was like, here, use the brush. At least do something. Clean the pool while you're in there. But here it's kind of like in and get out quick before the thunder and lightning comes, right? All right. Yeah, it seems like everybody tuning in here is talking about the weather where they live. It's hot and humid. That's definitely what it is here in Florida. Okay, let's see. Susan's tuning in. Hi, Sarah from Australia. Hey, Laura. Laura Hickman's on. Hey, Vivian tuning in from Texas. All right, y'all, let's see. Willow's asking, hey, Vanessa, can I order the kit without the pattern because I already have the pattern? Yes, for those of you that have been around and you kind of know what was coming, if you ordered the pattern separately, just go ahead. If you order the kit, just email us. Or in the notes section of your order, just say, I already have the pattern. And what we'll do is just pull it out of your box before we ship it, and then my team will refund you real quick for the pattern cost, okay? So yeah, Willow, that's no problem. Okay, hi, Miss Diane. Okay, oh my gosh, the chat goes so fast. But let's jump right in here, y'all. So the top we're gonna be making, Jalie Gisele, it is pattern number 3905. My course is sold separately from the pattern because sometimes people maybe live overseas and don't want to wait to ship it or pay the shipping cost. So Jalie also sells PDF patterns. I'm not a huge, I don't want to say I'm not a huge fan of PDF patterns. It's just when it's a pattern like this with 28 sizes, I don't want to tape together that many pages. Or if it's like a super simple kid project or something, yeah, I'll go for the PDF, right? Because it's quick, I can put the pieces together. But when you have so many sizes covered, I think it's absolutely worth it to get the hard copy pattern. Because as you'll see in the video lessons, if you sign up for my course, I like to trace the pattern pieces out. So we always preserve the original. All 28 sizes are here, okay? But we sell them, or we sell the pattern for the video lesson separately, so you can purchase that separately. So first I'll start off by telling you where can you sign up, because this is the #1 question we get, especially when we have new people tuning in. I see Nancy just says she got her kit. Awesome, Nancy. I'm glad that you're on board. If you go to our website, craftygemini.com/shop, that is our shop homepage of our online shop. We have hundreds of products, and right there, the first couple products that you'll see for sale will tell you, hey, this is the product for the online course for this Jalie Gisele video online course, okay? The course is on sale right now for $77. Next week, Wednesday, meaning September 1st, 2021 at midnight, the price goes up to $107. So the price is jumping up by 30 bucks. So if you want to save 30 bucks, learn how to sew this top along with me, and I'm sure several hundred students. We're going to do live Zoom chats as well to discuss what issues we're having, what fabrics we want to use, what size do you think I should make. This is all great times to kind of collaborate with everybody during our live Zoom chats, and I will be there as well to answer your questions as we go through the different chunks of video lessons. So I will start off by saying the video course itself features between 22 and 25. I'm still editing the last couple videos, and so somewhere between 22 and 25 videos are total. If you sign up right now, if you go to craftygemini.com/shop and you click on the online course for the Jalie Gisele, which you'll see there on sale for $77, this is the course that we're starting off. If you sign up right now, you have access to the first 7 videos. And the first 7 videos are prep stuff. It's wild because a lot of times I get people say like, it's like a super simple top. How are you making 25 videos? That's ridiculous, right? If you know me and the way that I teach, you know that it's not that wild for me to have that many videos. I like to cover things super thoroughly. And those first 7 videos is kind of like understanding the pattern that we're going to be tackling. Again, the Jalie Gisele number 3905 is the pattern that we're going to be making. Okay, there are 2 views to this pattern, and I walk you through how to make both views, all the different modifications as far as the neck back, and I'll show you some samples of the tops in a couple minutes so you can see what I'm talking about as far as the different looks and different variations that are included in the pattern. So there is this option, which is short sleeve. I actually love the length of the sleeve. It's not too high up, right? A lot of us like to cover our arms, the bicep part of our arms, but it doesn't come too far down. I have had t-shirts like that before, and they're just not flattering to me when they're down here. So this is the short sleeve option, a simple round neckline, and the top, that's it. Front, back, neckline, sleeves. Super simple. But now you probably have noticed from looking at the top that I'm wearing here, because this is one of them, we are working with woven fabrics this time around. Y'all know I love to work with stretch fabrics. This is kind of one step up. I often start my students who are learning how to sew clothes with stretchy fabrics, and then we transition to wovens. It's funny because sometimes I feel like people go back the other way. You know, they think, oh, it's sewing with stretch knits is harder. I often start people off, and kids, especially beginners, with stretchy stuff first. So this is kind of a step up, okay? So let's see. Oh, and thank you. She says, I love the way you teach. Maureen says, I love the way you teach. You always provide so much good information. And so it's like a fine line between like people who appreciate it and think it's great info and people who are like, you talk too much, I'm over it. So obviously, if you're one of those that doesn't think, you know, you need 25 videos to make this top, this probably is not the best course for you to sign up for. All right, so we are making this top. Again, this is the first option, just short sleeve, simple neckline, and front and back, okay? It's just a simple woven top, which I like because it's like a t-shirt, but it's still, you can dress it up like a blouse. You can make it out of a solid color and wear a nice long necklace. You can dress them up or down, right? So the other option is what they call a bracelet length sleeve option. So this is another cute one here. And there is elastic inserted at the wrist area. It doesn't quite come all the way down here, right? It doesn't taper off, but there is a little elastic casing here. So I think it's super chic. And you can make one like this, you know, one or more like this for summer, some like this for the fall and winter. Here in Florida, this is like all we need in winter time. Well, maybe a jacket on the cooler nights. But those are your 2 options of view A and view B in the pattern. And we will be going through step-by-step video lessons on how to make both. So if you like the longer sleeve option, you can definitely still jump on board and you'll have the video lessons for the short sleeve. Now here is one that I made for my daughter. She's 9, and this again, obviously same short sleeve option. Isn't that amazing? Looking at this, I'm like, I can make one for my daughter and I can make one for myself. And using the exact same pattern. I'm obsessed. Okay, Jalie, y'all know, I've done like maybe 10 classes already using their different patterns. I love this. So this is the front, right? Same as mine here, short sleeve, but when you do the child sizes, the back here needs to have this keyhole button option for the closure because, and I talked to my friends at Jalie, and this super cute feature is optional on the adult sizes, but for the kid sizes, you need to do it. And the reason for that is because the neckline is so modest, right? It's not a super low dipping neckline or anything. It's such a modest neckline that in the child sizes, the neckline was too small for them to get their head on and still fit fine. So Jalie, I mean, they're geniuses when it comes to pattern drafting and stuff. They added this super cute finish to it. So again, could be a simple tee in a regular, you know, plain fabric if you want. And then you can dress it up and put a really nice bold button. I put a hot pink one here for Allie. Super cute. And of course, because this is part of the pattern, I will be showing you how to make this super nice finish keyhole button option for the back. So again, that is optional for the adult sizes, but for the kids, you'll need to do it. So it's super important, right, that I cover all that in the video lessons. Now, if you're looking at the fabrics, remember I said we're going to be working with woven fabrics, meaning they're not knit, so they don't stretch. And there's a lot of different fabrics that you can use for this project. The pattern actually gives us some suggestions on the back. There's a complete video lesson already that you get access to if you sign up today that talks about fabric choices. I share with you several different ones that will work. And then I share with you one that's actually listed here, but because it's a heavier weight version of a suggested fabric, it won't work. So I give you the visual and kind of teach you how to tell if you're in front of fabrics, whether or not that fabric will work for what it is. Of course, if you're purchasing one of our kits that go along with the course, okay, you will have rayon challis fabric, which works beautifully for this. But again, because it's lightweight fabric, it's a little tricky to work with just because the fabric moves on you. So if you're used to working with really thick fabrics, this is definitely a way to challenge yourself and kind of work more with your fingertips. I'm super rough with everything. And so when I go from like a heavier knit to working with a really lightweight, like rayon challis fabric like this, I have to like constantly remind myself, like just your fingertips, just your fingertips. Otherwise, I just rough it up too much that I don't get it to do what I need it to do, like lightly place the layers together. So that's tricky for me too. And so of course in my lessons, I love to share tips with y'all. Okay. So let's go ahead and do a quick little roll call. If you've already signed up for the Jalie Gisele online course that I'm teaching, let me know in the chat box below. If you are on Facebook, go ahead and give this video a share. So if you have friends that are into sewing or they want to make some new clothes for themselves for the rest of the year, this would be a great option again because it's short sleeve if you live in warmer climates like I do. And then the longer sleeve option would be great for pretty much anywhere too. Okay. So, woo, we got a lot of chat going on here. Yeah, so Patricia's asking, are you going to sell the kit too? So let's jump into the kits real quick. So remember, the class itself is $77. That gives you unlimited and indefinite access to the 22 to 25 video lessons, okay? Once they're all done and up and we've gone through the course, I've covered all the content, you can still go back 6 months from now and log back in, access all your content. So that's yours. That's the course, and that's what's on sale for $77 right now. September 1st at midnight, it goes up to 107. Okay, so you can save $30 by signing up now in the next 5 days. Then the kit is it's a separate sale, right? So you can purchase the kit separately. And let me see what color I have here. Let's do this one. So your kit comes to you. I had my packing team today just leave me a couple of them open so I can show them here. So you're going to get a box like this. And actually, I think I took the fabric out of this one already, so I don't have to crinkle all the plastic in front of y'all. Okay, so in the box, let me take everything out of here. You're gonna get, and this is new for those of you that maybe have taken some of my other online courses. Remember before we sell like the class, then we sell the pattern, and then we sell a kit to go with it because sometimes people buy the PDF. Well, all our kits now include the pattern, the hard copy 28 size pattern. It's in here, okay? We ordered plenty from Jalie. If we sell out today, no worries. If you're getting a kit, you will get a hard copy pattern in it, regardless. If you don't need a kit, say you have access to a massive fabric stash, like a lot of us do, then maybe you only need the pattern and the course, right? So if you need to purchase the pattern separately, we also sell that in our online shop. You can find everything at craftygemini.com/shop. You'll see it right there listed. And just read the description. Very important to read because I put all the info there so we don't have any miscommunication. It would tell you in each product page what it is that's included so you know what you're buying, okay? Again, if you got a kit, you get the pattern in there. Then we have a little sheet telling you everything that comes in it, a cute little postcard with a little note from me. Then you get 2.5 yards, okay, of a rayon challis based on the color of the fabric that you chose. There's a drop-down box. We have like black, navy, olive, a wine-colored, and a royal blue right now. 5 different solids. Now, it's important to note, this rayon challis will work beautifully for this top, but I did just plain solids because your first one, especially in a woven garment, if you're not used to sewing clothes, I highly suggest that you make a muslin, or what we would call a wearable muslin. I want you to make a top that fits, that you can wear, but there's no sense in buying a super expensive rayon challis or a really wild print that can be pricey for you to try it out as we go through the course together, okay? So pick a solid color, and the 2.5 yards, again, is enough to make the short sleeve option in any of the 28 sizes. Or you can also, it's also enough to make the bracelet length sleeve up to the size double C, okay? So it leaves out like the 4 largest women's sizes for the long sleeve option. But if you fall into one of those, don't worry, just make the short sleeve option for your wearable muslin, right? With the more affordable fabric that we're using here in the kit. Just a straight solid rayon challis, all right? The fabric is machine washable and dryable, and you'll see in the video lessons if you sign up today, Definitely when you get your kit, you'll want to pre-wash your fabric, wash it and dry it the same way that you plan to launder your finished top, okay? So that is that. Then you get a spool of black 100% polyester. This is like the best quality polyester thread that I have found, and I use it in all my garment sewing projects. Every color of fabric, also important to note, they're all going to come with black thread. So if you're getting the wine color fabric and you're going to get black thread, we had some issues with supply issues and stuff from the company I get my thread from. And so we just had to, you know, go with all black. Okay, so we couldn't kind of match specific colors to the fabrics, but it's amazing thread. You can use it for something else. If you get the wine fabric and maybe you do want to go with a wine thread, if you have in your stash already, feel free to use that. But definitely use this thread for garment sewing or even bag making. This is super strong polyester thread. I use it for all my clothes. All right, let's see a quick question from Glenda. She says, I bought the kit and the course. Is there something else I need to buy? No, you're all set, Glenda. As long as you have something to trace your pattern off with, then you're all set, okay? But yeah, your kit is including, we just went over it. It comes with the pattern. It comes with fabric to make your first top. It comes with the spool of thread. We put in a yard of the 1/4 inch wide elastic. So for those of you choosing to make the bracelet length option or the bracelet length sleeve option, you'll have the little elastic that you need there. This elastic is more than enough to make any of the sizes in the whole pattern. Then we did like this, a little card to put in, and we taped down one sewing machine needle in the size that I use, which is 7010 Universal by Schmetz. This is great, super high quality needles. That's what I use. You get a little signed thank you card, a little Crafty Gemini sticker. These ones have the scissors on them. Okay, and then the little postcard with the little sheet that tells you everything that was in it. All right, so you get the pattern, the fabric, the elastic, the thread, and the needle. Everything you need to make it, and the course. Yeah, so yes, Glenda, if you're all signed up. Oh, awesome, let's see. Tamara's signed up. Kalisha says she's signing up right now. Lucretia says she's signed up. Miss Pat says she's signed up. Barb is signed up. Awesome. All right. Janice has a question. She says, if it doesn't stretch, how hard is it to put on? It's not very hard to put on. I mean, on the adult sizes, I feel like the neckline is big enough to fit my head in, but this is one of the cool things about making your own garments is like for myself, I've already made 2 of these tops in 2 different sizes, right? And I'm trying to find which one fits with the amount of ease, meaning the difference in measurements from my body measurements to the garment's measurements, okay? So I'll tell you a quick something. You see right here where you could see these drag lines? This size fits me nice in the bust for me and in my arm, or my sleeves, I should say. But right here, you see those drag lines? It's because I don't have enough room in the hips. So if you've taken any of the other classes with me in the past for garment sewing, you know how I walk you through taking your body measurements and adjusting accordingly. Usually when we're working with stretchy fabrics, we say, hey, we don't have to worry too much. We have a little bit of room. If we're working with a fabric that has 60 or 70% stretch along the crosswise grain, we're going to have plenty of room for our hips. So this is why I made them in multiple sizes so that I can explain this to y'all in the video lessons in the course so that if you have something like this, you also know what you need to do. So I can do 2 things. 1, shave some weight off of my hips, or 2, make myself a top in a larger size in the hip area, right? So we can definitely trace off pattern sizes. Like some of us, like me, and I always go over this in all my garment sewing classes, where like my bust is one measurement, my waist fits me at a different size, and then my hips put me like 2 or 3 sizes larger. And so when you look at the size charts on these patterns, you'll oftentimes be like, okay, I'm here on this size, and I'm here in the hips. And I know a lot of us are like that because I hear it all the time when I'm teaching these lessons. And so what I like to do is walk you through, well, how am I selecting the size that I'm going to make based on my body measurements? And so what I've done for this course, and this is the first time we've done this, those of you that sign up, you'll be able to download this today and start working on it. This is a size selection worksheet that I put together. And next Saturday, when we have our first live Zoom session, I'm going to go through this with y'all. Okay, so you will want to have a measuring tape to take your body measurements, and then we're going to have our printed out PDF instructions, which again are also listed in the course for you to download the instructions, because Jalie gives us a finished measurement chart here. So we're going to go with our body measurement, and then based on how we want it to fit, right? You want it to fit tight? I can help you pick which size to make. If you want it to fit super loose, so it's easier for you to throw over your head, Janice, and so it fits loosely across the board, we can do that too, okay? We just have to go off of the finished garment measurements to help select our size. All right, so I put together that little worksheet so y'all can print that out to those of you that join the class, and we'll be able to go through that. Again, you have 7 or access to 7 video lessons that are up right now, and these are included in there, like how to understand the size chart, how to read the Jalie, like the back of the Jalie pattern, because when you first look at this stuff, you're like, whoa, what did I get myself into? Like, where do I even start? And this is why I started teaching these courses, because I'm like holding your hand, walking you through every step. I have students who maybe signed up for a couple classes with me years ago, and now they don't sign up for any. I don't know if that's good or bad, but they're like, oh yeah, now I know all the things. Thank you. You taught me well. I'm off and going, right? So that's cool too, but that's how I like to teach my students. Really hold your hand, walk you through so you feel confident, not just to complete this top, but other future sewing projects that you decide to tackle as well. All right, let's see. So one thing I'm going to talk about too, and I say this every time I teach these classes, the pattern that we are using is to make this top. That's it. This top and this top, okay? In a woven fabric. When we buy sewing patterns, and for those of you that sew clothes a lot, you know, we end up collecting a ton of them. I get sometimes people that wonder like, well, why would you have a stash of like 60 patterns? Can't you just like change the one t-shirt to make all your different tops? Like, yeah, you can, but you're going to be redrafting and redrafting patterns. I don't want to have to redraft my own patterns. I'd rather use Jalie's because I know they fit me great, right? So that's kind of how I start off. And so this pattern is for this top. Short sleeve option. This is a kid size. This is an adult size, but I think it's like a size 2 or something. With the longer bracelet length sleeve option. That's it. If you're looking for a turtleneck, this class will not be for you. If you are looking to make this into a V-neck, this class is not, like I'm not covering that in this class. Does that make sense? Whatever the pattern includes, the views, the options, that is what we're covering in the course. Okay, because if I, had to teach people like how to make like a bell sleeve or a ruffle sleeve or something to add it to this top, I mean, it's never ending because you can make unlimited modifications, but that's not what we're doing here. The class is just solely based on the pattern, okay? View A and B, keyhole option, and we have those 2 sleeve options. All right, so let's see. Oh, Claudia says she signed up. Marilyn's in. She got both, the class and the kit. Okay, great. Sue says she did get the kit after all, but now she has 2 patterns. Yeah, so Sue, if any of you have already purchased the pattern, or even if you're just planning to get the PDF version from Jalie because maybe you're overseas or whatever it is, just write us a little note when you place the order for your kit and tell us, hey, I don't need the pattern. That way, as my team is packaging up the boxes to ship this weekend and Monday, we can just pull the pattern out and we'll refund you, okay? All right. Oh, good. Amanda says, so excited to be sewing a woven. It is... If you're used to only sewing with knits, this is a whole nother world. It's fun. It's great to wear the breezy fabrics, but it's also a little bit of a challenge because the fabric is slippery. It moves on you. But I find that it's fine. It works out great, and it's just like a little bit more of a challenge for somebody who's a seasoned sewist, okay? All right. Oh, you're sweet. Tamara says she's signed up for every Crafty Gemini garment class, starting with the Westchester Dolman top. And every garment came out great. That's amazing, because that is years ago, Tamara. Your stuff is always super cute. So I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you for sharing. Okay. Patricia says, is this shirt a little longer in the back than in the front? So it is. The hem is. It's like such a chic finish though. And it's tricky to see here. If you sign up for the class today, when you log on, you'll see it because there's a video lesson where we review the Jalie samples. And so I give you close-up shots of like the finished neckline, the sleeves. I go into like the hem detail just so you know what we're getting into. Like this is what the finished top will look like. This is what you're about to make, okay? So I don't even know if you can see it, but yeah, you can. So you see the front hem is a little shorter than the back and it's a split hem. And it's all so beautifully finished. It is so, so cute. I'm telling you. It's like a little t-shirt, but it's a blouse. I mean, you can dress it up or dress it down like I said earlier. Okay, so again, if you are just tuning in, I am launching my newest garment sewing class today. We are making this top using Jalie Gisele pattern number 3905. We are selling the online course where I walk you through with 22 to 25 step-by-step video lessons. We have, oh, I forgot to mention this, the course calendar. So even if before you sign up, right, because we do have a live element to this. So sometimes I get people that write me and say, I work odd hours. How do I know I'll be able to catch the lives? Are they going to be recorded? Like all that stuff. So I have put up the event calendar, like the course calendar. We're going to crank this out in less than 4 weeks, okay? But it's still hand-holding, walking you through. Just do your homework, watch the different video lessons, and then come to the next, like to the 3 different live Zoom chats with your questions. And we're going to be on Zoom so you can show us if you have a top on, or you're like measuring something, or you want to show us the fabric. Which fabric do y'all think will look better? Or what am I running into here with my neck binding? Whatever it is, we will be able to chat with you. I'll be there to answer your questions. And we just love to get together as a sewing group and, you know, share our fabrics and what we're all up to. So we have 7 videos that are already posted, and you can print this out. If you go to the website, like if you're going to sign up for the class, there's a link right there for the calendar, okay? And you can check it out, look at it, and see, okay, hey, do I have these next 3 Saturdays free where I can tune in? They're going to be at the live chats are going to be on Saturday, starting not tomorrow, next Saturday, September the 4th. They're going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern. I have found in years past, we sometimes change it up, but this time seems to work well for people, especially in the US and then also overseas, because then it's usually next day for people in the morning and it's a Sunday. They're not necessarily at work. So we'll see how that works. But we have 3 live Zooms scheduled for 3 Saturdays in a row, and they are recorded. If you can't tune in live or you hate Zoom, I have people that are just like, I hate Zoom. I can't follow who's talking. I don't like to be on there. That's fine. But if you want to tune in and just listen to the question and answer session, or watch somebody showing their top and me helping them troubleshoot it, that's cool too. They will be recorded and posted there for any other student to watch after it's already over, right? When I'm not live anymore, you'll still be able to log back in and watch it, okay? Because I always post the recording. So that's the answer to that. All the video lessons for the class though, where I'm walking you through how to cut, how to trace the pattern, how to sew it, all of that is pre-recorded. You don't have to have a set schedule. You can watch that on your own time as long as you have live access to the internet, and you can stream videos, okay? All right, let's see. So T. Davila is asking, is this course okay to do if I am new to sewing? So I would pose a question back to you and say, how new are you to sewing? So here's what I would respond to for this class, okay? Because again, we're working with woven fabrics, y'all. That doesn't mean that it's a cotton. These are wovens. We're using either rayon challis, a lightweight bubble crepe. There are some lightweight cottons, and you'll see in the video lesson if you sign up for the course where I show you a cotton option that would work, really that I would use mostly for kids, or if you don't have a lot of curves, okay, because it's not quite as flowy as the rayon challis or the polyester bubble crepe. Okay, you need a lightweight drapey fabric for this pattern, okay? And we go over how to determine that and stuff in the video lesson on selecting your fabrics in there. Okay, so what I was gonna say is, how new are you to sewing? If you are new in the sense of like, I just got a sewing machine, I'm gonna take it out of the box this weekend, probably not the class for you. But if that was me and how I am, and I just got a sewing machine and I'm going to take it out the box, I would totally take it on. So I would say if you're a confident beginner, or like me, nobody can tell me I can't do something because I'm going to do it. If you have that type of mentality, then totally jump in for a couple reasons. One, I teach in a super thorough step-by-step way, okay? 2, the high definition videos that I post to my video courses can be slowed down. I always like to mention this because I speak fast, I move fast, I do everything fast. It's just naturally how I am. But you can hit the little gear and slow me down and rewind and replay. And so you have that capability to help you take in the information or view the information, right? Visually, because it's all video, in a way that is slower and easier for you to take in. So that's another option that you can do. You can slow it down to like 0.75 speed and 0.5, like slow for me, slow. So you can do that. And then again, you can replay and rewatch the videos as many times as you want to. I get that question often too, like, when will it expire? It doesn't. Once you purchase my courses, and this goes for all my clubs or courses, once you sign up and you're in, it's yours indefinitely, okay? All right, so Nancy says, I want to sign up for the course in the pattern and she can't. Can someone help me? So Nancy, you can go to craftygemini.com/shop. If you're having a problem maybe adding the stuff to your cart or just checking out in general, you can definitely shoot us an email to our customer service team, BEA@craftygemini.com. So BEA, B at craftygemini.com, and we'll help get you sorted out, okay? We have a good bit of kits, so I don't think we've sold out yet, so that's good. And then the course itself doesn't sell out, so you know you have 5 days from now until midnight on September the 1st to sign up and save 30 bucks, because after September 1st next week, the price is going up to $107, and it's $77 right now for 25 video lessons that you'll get to keep, okay? All right, awesome. Wow, Barb says she is the best teacher. I took her Clammy Quilt Club and had never sewed. Are you kidding me, Barb? You jumped into my Clammy Quilt Club and you had never sewn? You're the hero there. That's amazing. She says, I made it doable. That is awesome, Barb. I love, love, love to hear that. Okay, Annette has another quick question for me. She says, do I need to order the tracing pattern? So, again, for my longtime followers, we finally listed the tracing paper. This is Bozol Create a Pattern, and this is a tracing paper that I choose to use, that I've been using for years. If you came to my shop in the past, when we had the shop open, you probably picked up a roll. So we have listed this on the site, finally. We were able to source boxes so we can ship this very awkward, long, narrow roll of paper, okay? It is 46 inches this way. So I'm like about to knock over my other tripod. So 46 inches wide. Why is that important? Because a lot of times when we use lightweight interfacing to trace our pattern pieces, or we use gift wrapping tissue paper, or what else? Medical examination paper, like the rolls that they put on the medical chairs and tables or whatever. That stuff oftentimes is way narrower, like half as narrow, you know, as wide as this. So if you make a lot of garments, or you make pants or long sleeve stuff, or like last year we did my Jalie the Jean pajama set course. Y'all remember that one? We had long legs and then we had cuffs. We had long sleeve pajamas. Whenever I'm working with pattern pieces that need length, I don't want to be taping up PDF pages or solid sheets of newsprint or whatever. This allows me to get those longer pieces in because it's 46 inches wide, okay? And then it's 46 inches this way by 5 linear yards. So we sell it in our online shop. Unfortunately, the shipping is a little steep because of the shape and the box and the weight that the box adds and all that. But we do have them for sale, and that is also at craftygemini.com/shop. If you're wondering what exactly I mean by tracing paper, it is this: a translucent, easy to see through paper, or interfacing in this case, because you can stitch through this stuff, you can drape stuff with it, you can use it, you know, to draft out different pattern pieces and shapes. It doesn't fray, it doesn't rip easily. So I'll show you how it works. Here's a little baggie that I usually will keep like my pattern pieces in. So I'll take a Sharpie and write like what the pattern is and what size it is. And so right here in this little bundle of this exact same Create a Pattern paper, I have traced out all the pieces I need to make this top for my size right here. And so this is how I store mine. And I'll show you when I open them. I have traced off what I needed for the garment onto that paper. And I just use a pencil. Super easy to see. And they fold up so nicely. Then I just store them, you know, whatever little plastic baggie with the pattern sheets. If I printed out PDF instructions, you can see here, this is the short sleeve, the strip for the neckline binding. I tuck everything in here, boom. And so it folds up to nothing. You could, in a bag like this, I mean, you could cut out the pieces for 3 or 4 sizes and just stuff them in there and, you know, fold them all up together into one. So as you pull them, you know which size you're grabbing. Okay. Okay, let's see. Jean says, I just bought the class and the pattern. I wanted to buy the kit. What can I do? Jean, you can just email us. Just email us and let us know. What I would do is I would buy the kit and then just email us and tell us, hey, I bought the pattern by mistake. And we'll refund you for the pattern. And that way we'll just leave the pattern in your kit box when it goes out. So if there's ever anything like that, y'all can put notes in your customer notes when you're placing an order on the site. Or you can just email our customer service team, which sometimes, you know, if it's time sensitive and there's like 3 kits left and you want one and you're waiting to hear back from us, just buy it. And then just, you know, email us and tell us, hey, I got the kit, but I don't need the pattern. All right. Awesome. Rhonda says she ordered the Navy kit and the course. I cannot wait to see y'all's tops. I know I'm going to have a bunch of students who are like, I've never sewn a garment with woven fabrics. And I'm sure these tops are going to start blowing people's minds. So this is going to be great. Oh, so T. Davila, when I was answering your question about being a beginner, she says, excellent. Yes, I'm totally new, but I am determined. I know I won't be perfect, but I love your videos and I like the way you teach. I'm all in. Getting the course and the kit. Thank you. Okay, so yes, you definitely have that mentality. You're in, girl. If you can tune in for those live chats, that would be great because we really do get a bunch of info just from sharing with one another and hearing also me answer somebody else's question. You might be like, oh, so that's why I had that problem. Yeah, that happened to me too, right? So it's really good to bring all that knowledge together as a group, I think. All right. Oh, Maureen says your customer service is great. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty simple. You know, we're just people. People find like they think it's like a computer or something else. It's just like, just email us, let us know. Somebody can help you. Somebody can fix it. It's fine. No big deal. All right. Oh, Margaret says, I buy all of your garment classes. Love, love, love to hear it. Okay, so let's do a quick overview here. So I'm here. I feel like I need to like press a reset button and like, okay, did I forget anything? Is there anything else you wanted to show? Oh, let's go ahead and show them the student badge because I know a bunch of you said that you had already signed up. So if you did and you log into your class, okay, in your emailed receipt, you'll have the information that says, you know, you signed up for this class, log in here. Just you go to craftygemini.com, you log into your account, you click on my individual courses and the new class that you just signed up for will be there. On the info section where you can start watching your videos, you'll see one that says like download your student badge. So we made this super cute little student badge that you can share on social media to let people know that, hey, you signed up for my latest sewing course and that is the top that we're going to be making. So you can feel free to share that on any of the social media sites. Once you're in, you will see where you can grab that little icon. So that is that. Then we have the course calendar to go over, and that way you know when the next batch of videos will be posted. There's 7 videos that are posted right now. The next batch of 5 video lessons goes up on Wednesday, then the following Wednesday 5 more, and then the rest on the next Wednesday. So we're going to go, some videos are up now, and then for the next 3 Wednesdays in September 2021, we'll be posting new batches, and that will give you the week to watch the first 7, wrap your mind around what did you get yourself into. This is the top that you're going to be making. Start gathering supplies if you need to gather supplies, all that kind of stuff. But there's plenty of content there for you to start watching now this weekend. Even for those of you that have ordered the kit, you don't need the kit right now. Like we still have lessons to go through before we even start cutting out the pattern and the fabric. So if you're overseas, I know you feel a little bit like, it's going to take it a while to get here. You still have a couple weeks, okay? So don't feel like you need to sit this one out because you feel like you're going to be behind. We have a lot of prep work, okay, and understanding what it is that we're going to be doing. Okay, so the calendar, we're posting the video lessons on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Eastern, and then the Saturdays, the next 3 Saturdays, September 4th, 11th, and 18th, we are meeting at 4 p.m. Eastern in a Zoom Q&A chat and social chat, like meet together with other students and chat, and I will be there to answer your questions. For that first one, I'll send out another email once everybody's all signed up for the course and stuff. I want everybody to work on this size selection worksheet so we can go through understanding how your body measurements relate to the body measurements that you want your finished top to have. And that's one of the things I was talking about these drag lines. I definitely want it to be wider in the hips here because I wear most of my simple tops like this with jeans, and denim fabric is thick, right? Especially if you're going to wear it with a belt. Now it's not just going to go based off your actual hip measurement. Now you need to accommodate, you know, the added bulk that you've added with a belt and some jeans. And so that's why I like to teach the way that I do, step by step, and helping you choose the right size based on the finished garment measurements, okay? Anne is asking, will there be a separate Facebook group for this class? There won't be. If we need to chat or anything, we'll just do it in the lives and then also in the Sewing Clothes with Crafty Gemini group, okay? Because the class won't close. It will just be available, but at a higher price. And so if anybody else is in that group and they think they want to join in, they will be able to. It'll just be $30 higher than what it is right now for you all, okay? Let's see. Okay, let's see. I have a question here. Do you need a serger or specialty feet? So actually, with the way that I teach this class, you don't need either. You will need a straight stitch is the base. I mean, the straight stitch is the basic in any sewing, isn't it? But you need at least a straight stitch sewing machine in order to make this top. Okay, when we work with stretchy fabrics, I often will say like you need to have a zigzag machine or a machine that could do like a lightning stitch or a lightning stitch or a stretch stitch or whatever. For woven fabrics, we just need a straight stitch, right? I'm gonna go over some different finishing techniques that you can do to finish the raw edges of woven fabric, because they will ravel or unravel, whatever the right word is to say there, but they will unravel on you the raw edge of a woven fabric. And so you need to finish them in some way, whether it's by turning it twice under to then top stitch and conceal that like you would in a basic hem, or using pinking shears, but we have options, right? You don't have to have a serger, okay? All right, let's see. All right, Pat says she just signed up. Awesome, welcome aboard. Okay, Christina says, I'm not sure when I can make this, but I bought the course. So that's a great point, actually. Thank you for sharing that, Christina, because I actually get that a lot, right? You lock it in, you're saving 30 bucks, and you know that whenever you do find time, the course is going to be there, all the content will be there, and you can access it whenever you want to. So think about that too. All right, let's see. Yay, Rebecca says this is going to be so much fun. I love your clubs and classes. I think this is going to be fun. And because we're cramming it into the month of September, I think that, like we've done with some of the smaller projects and clubs, it keeps you still engaged. Like, okay, I have 2 more days. Let me finish watching the last lesson before she posts the new ones. You know, like it keeps you engaged. And I want everybody who signs up to really try to make this top. Okay, because if you get the pattern and you're going to have all those video lessons there, whether it's this next month or 6 months from now, you will have everything you need in order to make this top successfully. So I definitely want y'all to go for it if you're signing up for the class, okay? All right, let's see. Yeah, so we have a Facebook group for garment sewing and the classes that I do. If you're on Facebook, you can just do a quick search for Sewing Clothes with Crafty Gemini, and then you can request to be added to the group. Okay. Okay. Did you see any other questions there that I was missing? Let me make sure. Okay, there's 7 videos that are up now. There's going to be about 25 videos total. And so you know that you have the course calendar there, so you know when the next batch of videos will be posted in the course. The kits, oh, I didn't mention, the kits are free shipping in the United States. If you're an international customer to us, then it will add on the shipping for you. And we always, like when we actually print out the shipping label for whatever specific country it's going to, we will refund you any overage, okay? And those of you that have been shopping with us for a while already know that, but I think it's important to note for some new people who just may tuning in and have maybe never bought anything from us. But yeah, so the kits are free shipping in the US, okay? The course price, again, we are making the Jalie Gisele top here that I'm wearing. This is a lightweight, and I'll read you the proper description because the little description on the back of all sewing patterns really does, if you visually think of the words that you're reading, it's painting you the picture of what exactly it is that you're getting into. So this says easy to wear, modern and feminine top, semi-fitted at the bust. So if you're one of these people that asks like, do the Jalie patterns fit true to size? That to me is like, you are going to make it. You pick whatever size, how you want it to fit you. You know, true to size, if you like to wear your clothes loose, just means pick a couple sizes bigger than what your measurements would land you on in the Jalie size chart, right? So you get to decide what how you want it to fit and just choose the size you're going to make accordingly. So then it says bound scoop neck. So right there, I know it has a scoop neckline and we're finishing off with binding. So, I mean, it's like walking me through what am I going to be doing to make this top. Then it says keyhole back, optional for adult sizes, which is what I covered earlier and I told y'all about in the kids one. So you need it on the kids sizes, the keyhole back here with the button closure. You'll need to find your own little super cutesy button. I didn't want to put, buttons that people didn't really like randomly into the kit. So we don't have the buttons in the kits, but it's just 1/3 of an inch diameter button. Easy peasy. Clever side slits for movement and a straight hem that is longer in the back. So that tells us everything we've gone over already there. And then it says choice of short sleeve or bracelet length sleeve with elastic at the wrist. That's it. You know exactly what the top is like, okay? So that's the top that we're going to be making. My video course for this, featuring about 25 high definition videos, is $77 right now until September 1st, 2021 at midnight. The price will go up to $107. So if you have any friends that are, wanting to get more into maybe sewing clothes, have them sign up for the class. Now the $77 just gets you access to the course. You'll need to get the pattern itself because that's what the course is based on. So you can purchase the PDF version and print out all those sheets and tape them or glue them together. If my friend Carla's watching, she's laughing at me because she loves to put PDF patterns together, and me, it like makes me twitch. But you can do that, you know, if that's the option that you choose. You just need to get your hands on this pattern. You can purchase it, the hard copy like this from us. Our website is craftygemini.com. You can click on the shop button and all the stuff is there for sale. The course by itself, the pattern by itself, the kit. Okay, the kit includes the pattern. So if you get the kit, you don't need to buy the separate pattern too, okay? And then the tracing paper that we just added, if you're into garment sewing or maybe you've been looking for something that you can use to trace off your sewing patterns that's translucent, lightweight, and easy to write on and fold up, this is Bozel Create a pattern that we now carry in the shop too. This is what I use. I've always used this, I mean, for years to trace off my patterns, okay? Yes, so Maria's asking, will you have more fabric available to make extra tops later? So yes, we actually got an order in of rayon challis prints that, or rayon challis fabric that has prints on it, like designs, like some polka dots, some florals and stuff. And so over the weekend, we're going to be listing those on the website for sale by the yard. So you will be, or by the half yard increment, I should say. So you'll be able to purchase those, and we'll send out an email, especially to everybody signed up for the class. We'll let you know when we've added more fabric that you can buy. That way, if you did order the kit, you can go ahead and make it, right, with the plain solid fabric. Say you got a black one. Just make your first one your wearable muslin, so you're going to go through it in the course and use the fabric that's included. And then if you say, okay, great, now I know that size worked out for me, or that size was a little too small, I should have gone up one. Whatever it is, then that other fabric you can purchase by the half yard increment and make your next real top, okay? All right, let's see. Yes, Shanika says that keyhole back is so cute. Girl, it is so, so cute. And now that you have some of this fabric, Shanika, you can make it. Okay. Let's see. Jen says, would it work to make the front length the same as the back if you want it longer? So in the course, I'm actually going to show you where we are going to lengthen the pattern because I'm doing that for one of mine. The patterns, and most sewing patterns do, not all of them. Sometimes there's just like a rule of thumb of like where you should aim to slice your pattern to then add length or to take away length if you're wanting to make it shorter. So for ours, Jalie does include a lengthen and shorten line. So we are going to be lengthening the torso a bit. On one of the samples so that you can see how you would do that, okay? All right. Gail says, my first pattern I purchased from you was a PDF. But 2 days later, I ordered the hard copy pattern. You sound like me. When we had the Westchester Dolman top pattern, it was a free PDF download. And it wasn't that many pages, but it's still like, ugh. So then I told my husband, well, let's sell some of the hard copy sheets because I'm sure there's some people out there like me who are just like, I'll just pay the $7.50. And not have to tape up all these sheets. And sure enough, we sold a ton of those. So I know there's a lot of you out there like me. All right. Okay. Oh, great. Becky says she was late to the party, but she still snagged her favorite color kit. Awesome. All right. So that is it for the, I see a question here. Is all rayon the same? It's not. It depends on what the fiber blend is and what type of fabric has rayon in it, because I've had all kinds of like rayon wovens to rayon types of knits, right? And it just depends. So rayon is what we consider a semi-synthetic. It originally starts off as like wood pulp, but the way that they process it is like so processed that it makes it like a synthetic, right? But it starts off as a natural fiber. So although it's a semi-synthetic, it still has some of those breathable properties that we like when we're looking for or seeking out specifically natural fiber fabrics. And so that's why I think it works really well here. Like a lightweight polyester, this is a bubble crepe fabric. It's lightweight, it fits all the descriptions, right? So if we're looking at the back of the pattern, Jalie tells us for this pattern that we're making, the top I'm wearing here, this Gisele top, you want to use lightweight fabrics with a soft hand and nice drape. And then they give you some examples: linen, linen blends, chambray, rayon challis, crepe de chine, tencel lyocell. So rayon challis on here, they don't have the bubble crepe, but as long as it hits those descriptive points, lightweight, soft hand, and a nice drape. That's what you need. Why? Mostly because of the simple silhouette of the garment, okay? If it's too stiff, it's not gonna fit semi-fitted at the bust because it won't even drape over the bust. It'll be like this. Because if the fabric is stiff, it will just bend at wherever there's a curve, your shoulders, your bust, your hips, right? It'll just be like super stiff. Imagine you made this top out of a quilting cotton. Don't do it. Don't do it. And if you do it in my class, I told you not to do it. Quilting cotton is not the top we want to use for this project, right? Because it's not lightweight, it doesn't have a soft hand, and it does not have a nice drape. So that's not the fabric we want to use. In this case, this polyester bubble crepe is lightweight, it has a soft hand, and it drapes, but it is also semi-sheer. So you need to keep that in mind, because oftentimes fabrics that will meet these requirements of being lightweight, soft hand, and drapey are so light and flowy that oftentimes they are semi-sheer. So just be mindful of that when you're picking your fabrics too. Like this white sheer like this, I mean, through the front layer, I can see the stars on the back layer of it. So pretty semi-sheer, okay? So those are also things to think about. But no, not all rayon is the same. It depends on what else it's blended in with, okay? All right, let's see. Okay, so one quick thing about the shipping. So if you sign up for the class, it's 77 bucks. There is no shipping because it's a digital course. You're good, right? There should be no shipping charge there. If you purchase a kit, I also mentioned the kit for the course that includes the pattern, the fabric, the thread, the sewing machine needle, the elastic, all that stuff also is free shipping in the US, okay? So if you add the course and the kit, you will not see a shipping charge. But say you get the class, the kit, and then you decide to add on a creative pattern, you will have a shipping charge because this is a separately shipped item. This cannot fit in here to ship to you, okay? So for example, if you buy the class, the kit, and one of my little, do I have one here? One of these little foldable seam rippers, it will charge you shipping because the shipping is done per product. But when we go to create your label, we will refund you the shipping overage because guess what? This little guy can very easily be thrown in here and will not affect the shipping cost that we already accommodated for in the free shipping for the kit. Make sense? So yeah, so if you ordered something that we cannot fit in the box, you're going to be charged shipping because it needs to be shipped separately as a separate item. But if it's something like this, we're just going to throw it in your box. Got it? Okay, so that's that. All right. Nancy says, what about double gauze? It depends on the manufacturer, Nancy, because I have had some that they're gauzy, but they're light still and almost semi-sheer, but they still are like a little bit not as drapey as like a fabric that just like waterfalls and just crashes down. So if you sign up for my class and maybe you have a big stash of fabrics, I would definitely watch the video where I walk you through the choices of woven fabrics and how to select the right ones. And then I would pull the fabrics out that you have in your stash that you think might work, because remember here when I read off some of the examples, it said linen and linen blends and chambray. Linen blends, and chambray are not all created equally. So don't think that you can just go to a fabric store and be like, oh, it said chambray on it. This will work. If you don't feel it, drape it, and like put it down to see what, if it has a soft drape, does it flow? If it's lightweight and airy like that, then it's probably not going to work. Okay, so don't just go based off the name. This is a very tactile art. Like garment sewing fabrics, I mean, I can say rayon challis and show you like 12 different rayon challis, and like this will work for the top and this one won't. You know, like it just depends. So it's kind of hard to answer with just like one flat answer. It takes time to just make a lot of garments and familiarize yourself with different fabrics. So yeah, Nancy, double gauze may work if it drapes enough. Depending on the manufacturer, you'd have to feel it and see. Some double gauzes are like, they feel like they're more like one layer like super, super thin gauze. And some double gauze that I've had, it almost feels like too thick, like it's two layers. I don't even know how to explain that. But yes, it just depends. So Susan says, what clothes are you going to sew besides the blouse? So this online course is just for this blouse. I have other garment sewing classes that you can find on my full course catalog. I have, I think, close to 70 different courses right now. Not all of them are for clothes, but I have a good chunk there that are for garment sewing courses. So each one is sold individually because, again, we feature the different views. So for when we make this Jalie Gisele top, remember we have two views. We have a short sleeve option. We have the bracelet length sleeve option. So we'll go through both views. We'll go over how to finish the sleeve on this because this actually has elastic. And then I will also walk you through on adding that little keyhole button closure option on the back of the top. All right, so there's plenty to cover in here. And that's why I like this pattern, because it's basic, but there's still a lot to learn. And then remember, we have that split hem. This is a whole different technique. This is not just like turn it under and hem it. You have to have that connection there with the right reference points and marks in order to get it to fold over just like this, shorter in the front, longer in the back, but that they both end at the exact same point of that split. So, I mean, there's different little things that you definitely need to know how to do, and I think will be fun for y'all that are signing up to learn along with us, okay? Let's see. Okay. Nancy's asking, I meant to buy a kit without fabric. So we don't really have a kit without fabric right now. The kits that we have include the pattern, the fabric, and the supplies. So we don't have, it gets really confusing too, because then you can have like a kit for just the notions, or a kit, just the fabric and the pattern, just the pattern. It's like too much. So you purchase the video course by itself. You can get the kit. If you get the course and the kit, you have everything you need. Okay, assuming you have a sewing machine and some basic sewing supplies. But the kit and the course is what you need, because the kit includes the pattern, the fabric, the needle, the thread, the elastic, all that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Susie says you could go to the thrift store and purchase a really full skirt or dress and take it apart to use as the fabric for your first blouse. So this is what we talk about when we say like a wearable muslin, to use an affordable fabric, something that you're not breaking the bank and then feeling like you're scared to make a cut, you're scared to stitch the wrong seam. You want something that you can play with, but you don't want to use, like, say for this class, we're talking about lightweight, drapey fabrics. Don't say, okay, well, I'm going to sign up for the class and I'm going to take out some of my quilting cottons, even though she said not to make it out of quilting cotton, because I have a lot of quilting cotton. It's not going to fit your body the same way as a proper drapey, loose, lightweight woven fabric will, so you're not going to end up with a good result that's representative of what it will actually look like if you did use the right fabric. So that's why we put together these kits with just the solid rayon challis. The fabric will work for the garment, and it's just an affordable, plain, solid rayon challis. Okay, so that's why I put those kits together to get people started with those. Then you can get wild and, you know, find some fun fabrics and make your second, your third, or your fourth top and stuff like that. All right, but make sure you use the right fabric is what I mean to say. Don't use something else just because it's stiff. But as Susie recommended here, she says it's easy to picture drape because it's already in a garment. So this is a great tip. She's saying if you find like a full skirt and you see that it moves already in a dress, in a skirt, then you know that that will probably work. So that's an option, to buy and repurpose an item with fabric that you know works, right? It's tricky because if you don't have that much sewing experience, especially in garment sewing, and you just see it wrapped tightly on a bolt in a store, unless, and you've probably seen this, people that do custom clothing, they'll like go in with their clients and be like this one, and they'll like pull the bolt off and undo a good yard, 2 yards, and like drape it over their shoulder, like to see how does it hang? What is the drape like? Will this work? And that is really, you know, your best way with that and experience trying things out to get it to work, okay? All right, so let's see. All right, Amy says she's in. She purchased the kit in olive and she's in the course. Okay, awesome. All right, y'all, so I think I've answered plenty of questions for today. I've gone over all the information you need to know as far as the class. I will be sending out some emails this weekend just as reminders to let people know in case y'all missed this live, or if you have friends that missed the live, have them watch it back. I'll send out emails reminding y'all that September 1st, 2021 at midnight, the price goes up to $107. If you sign up now, you can get in at $77, and you get unlimited access to the video lessons once they're up. We're also going to be meeting 3 times live during the month of September to answer your questions as you're working your way through those video lessons. All right, so we're all going to work on it together. I have a couple other fabrics picked out because I also am going to be making some tops alongside y'all, so we have stuff to chat about on those live Q&A chats. All right, let's see. Oh my goodness, the chat. Okay. So some of you I see are asking about if it's possible to back order a sold out color. So we ended up having that many colors because, again, there's still a lot of supply issues in the fabric industries right now. So I picked up as much as I could of the different colors. I think I ended up with mostly black and navy. Some of the other colors were already limited and I couldn't get any from my distributor. So I can't say for sure that we'll be able to restock these. But like I said, this weekend we will go ahead and list some other fabrics that will be sold by the half yard increments. So if you're not able to get a kit, maybe you can get a couple yards of a different fabric, and that way you can still put it together, because I still go through the full list and tell you what supplies you do need, what needle to use and stuff like that. All right. Kitty says, Ensuring that if I can't view the live tutorial sessions due to work, I can still access the videos online and work on them. Absolutely. So the tutorial, you're saying live tutorial sessions. So the terminology a little bit. The video lessons where I am instructing you, those are all pre-recorded. None of those are live. The live sessions are live so that people can ask me questions live based on the content that they viewed the week before that was already posted. And so in those we'll just be chatting. It's more like a social and a Q&A chat together, okay? But those two will be recorded and posted. So where one is a cleaner instructional because I edit those videos down and I don't have a studio audience. You know, it's just like me teaching you instructional videos. Those are posted and you can watch those whenever you get off work. That's fine. And then the lives, they're kind of more all over the place because there's more people involved, but we're still answering questions and those still will be recorded. So hopefully that clarifies that. All right. Okay. So that is that. Thank you to everybody who tuned in today to learn a little bit more about my latest online sewing course. It is available right now for signups. We're working on the Jalie Gisele. It's pattern number 3905. You can sign up for the course, get a kit, just sign up for the course and get the pattern a different way. If you want a hard copy pattern, you can buy that separately from us too. Any of the stuff that I talked about today that you want to look at, learn more about, read the description of, and purchase, you can find it at craftygemini.com/shop. The first 4 items there are everything that I have been talking about tonight. And then you can just click on it and you'll see all the information telling you what you're getting if you click add to cart and buy this thing. Okay? So hopefully that helps. Stay tuned for some more emails from me just to give out some reminders and let everybody know that the price on this course does go up next Wednesday, September 1st at midnight, 2021. All right? Thank you everybody for tuning in. Yes, Michelle, you can get the pattern only. It's posted there at craftygemini.com/shop. And the Jalie pattern prices went up this year. I think we have them on the site for $14 US. And that's for the hard copy pattern. Okay, but yeah, you can get that from us too. All right, thanks everybody. I'm super excited to see all your finished tops. I see so many of you have already signed up for the class. And I will see the rest of you on next week for Whip Wednesday. And those of you that are in my class, I will see you Wednesday and then the following Saturday for a live. All right, thanks everybody again for tuning in and enjoy the rest of your weekend.